Welcome to our video on 10 ordinary things pilots can't do on board. Have you ever wondered what pilots are restricted from doing while flying an aircraft? Join us as we explore some of the activities that pilots must refrain from for the sake of safety and operational efficiency. Let's dive in. Number 1. Using personal electronic devices during critical phases of flight. While we all love our gadgets, pilots are required to stow away their personal electronic devices during takeoff and landing to ensure their full attention is dedicated to the safe operation of the aircraft. This includes smartphones, tablets, laptops, and other electronic devices that could potentially interfere with the aircraft's systems. During critical phases such as takeoff and landing, pilots need to have clear situational awareness and be prepared to respond swiftly to any changes or emergencies that may arise. By avoiding distractions from personal devices, pilots can maintain focus and be ready to handle any situation that requires their immediate attention. Electronic devices emit radio signals that, in rare cases, can interfere with the aircraft's navigation and communication systems. While modern aircraft are designed to be highly resilient to such interference, the industry follows the precautionary principle to minimize any potential risks. Therefore, pilots adhere to the regulatory guidelines set by aviation authorities, which mandate the stowing of personal electronic devices during critical flight phases. Flight attendants also play a crucial role in ensuring compliance with these regulations. They provide reminders to passengers to turn off and stow their electronic devices before takeoff and landing. This collaborative effort between pilots and cabin crew enhances the overall safety of the flight. Number 2. Consuming alcohol or non-prescription drugs. Pilots are held to the highest standards of sobriety and are strictly prohibited from consuming alcohol or non-prescription drugs while on duty or within 8 hours of their flight. This rule is in place to ensure the safety of the flight, passengers, and crew members. The effects of alcohol and non-prescription drugs can impair judgment, coordination, and cognitive abilities, all of which are crucial for pilots to perform their duties effectively. Before each flight, pilots undergo pre-flight checks and assessments to ensure they are fit for duty. This includes confirming that they are free from any substances that may affect their ability to operate the aircraft safely. Airline operators and aviation authorities have strict protocols in place to detect and deter alcohol or drug impairment among pilots. Random alcohol and drug testing is conducted to ensure compliance with these regulations. Pilots understand the immense responsibility they have for the lives of those on board, and they prioritize their physical and mental well-being by abstaining from alcohol and non-prescription drugs before and during flights. Passengers also play a role in maintaining a safe environment. They are prohibited from consuming their own alcohol during flights, as it could potentially influence the behavior and decision-making of both passengers and crew. Number 3. Smoking. Smoking is strictly banned on all commercial flights, and pilots are no exception. This prohibition is in place to ensure the safety, health, and comfort of all passengers and crew members on board. In the past, smoking was allowed on airplanes, but as research and awareness regarding the dangers of second-hand smoke increased, regulations were implemented to protect everyone on board from the harmful effects of tobacco smoke. Passengers and crew members rely on clean, fresh air during their flight, and any presence of smoke can be highly disruptive and pose health risks, especially to those who are sensitive or have respiratory conditions. To enforce the smoking ban, airlines removed smoking areas from aircraft cabins, and strict policies were put in place to prevent smoking anywhere on board, including in lavatories or hidden areas. Flight attendants play a vital role in ensuring compliance with the no smoking policy. They are trained to monitor the cabin, detect any signs of smoking, and take immediate action to address the situation. Pilots also contribute to maintaining a smoke-free environment. They make announcements before and during the flight, reminding passengers that smoking is strictly prohibited and emphasizing the importance of adhering to this regulation. Aircraft cabins are equipped with sensitive smoke detectors that can detect even the smallest traces of smoke. If a smoke alarm is triggered, the flight crew is immediately alerted, and they take swift action to locate the source and ensure the safety of all passengers. Number 4. Using cell phones for personal use. While pilots can use certain electronic devices for operational purposes, using cell phones for personal reasons is generally discouraged during flight. This restriction is in place to ensure that pilots maintain their focus on flying the aircraft and prioritize the safety of all passengers on board. Cell phones, when in airplane mode, do not emit signals that can interfere with the aircraft systems. However, pilots are encouraged to limit personal cell phone usage to prevent distractions and maintain their situational awareness. During critical phases of flight, such as takeoff and landing, pilots must be fully attentive to their operational duties. Any distraction, including personal cell phone use, can compromise their ability to respond quickly and effectively to any unexpected situation. Pilots have access to specific electronic devices, such as tablets or electronic flight bags, EFBs, which are approved for operational use. These devices provide essential flight information, charts, and manuals that aid in efficient flight management. Using approved electronic devices for operational purposes allows pilots to access critical information without compromising their attention to the flight. These devices are designed to support the pilot's workflow and enhance safety and efficiency. Number 5. Carrying weapons. Pilots are strictly prohibited from carrying weapons on board commercial flights. This regulation is in place to maintain a secure and safe environment for passengers, crew members, and the aircraft itself. The responsibility of ensuring the safety of the flight rests with the airline and the security personnel designated for that purpose. Pilots focus on operating the aircraft and rely on the expertise of trained security personnel to handle any security-related situations. Stringent security measures are in place at airports to prevent unauthorized individuals from carrying weapons onto an aircraft. These measures include thorough screening processes, X-ray scanning of baggage, and the deployment of security personnel trained to detect and respond to potential threats. Pilots undergo comprehensive security checks before entering the secure area of an airport or boarding an aircraft. These checks ensure that they are not carrying any prohibited items, including weapons. Number 6. Bringing pets on board. While many airlines allow passengers to travel with their pets, there are certain restrictions and guidelines that pilots must adhere to when it comes to bringing pets on board. Pets are typically allowed in the cabin, but they must be transported in an appropriate pet carrier or container that meets the airline's regulations. These carriers are designed to provide a safe and comfortable space for pets during the flight. Before bringing a pet on board, pilots must familiarize themselves with their airline's specific policies and requirements for traveling with pets. These policies may include restrictions on the size and breed of pets allowed, as well as additional fees or documentation. Pilots are responsible for ensuring that passengers traveling with pets comply with the airline's guidelines. They may communicate with passengers to verify that their pets are properly contained and meet all necessary requirements. Number 7. Making unnecessary announcements. While pilots play a vital role in communicating important information to passengers, they are trained to avoid making unnecessary announcements during the flight. This ensures a more comfortable and focused environment for everyone on board. Pilots understand that excessive or unnecessary announcements can be disruptive and may interfere with passengers' ability to rest, work, or enjoy their flight experience. Therefore, they exercise discretion in determining when and what information to relay to the cabin. Before the flight takes off, flight attendants provide passengers with important safety instructions and demonstrate the use of safety equipment. These announcements are crucial for ensuring the safety and well-being of everyone on board. During the flight, pilots may make necessary announcements regarding significant changes in flight conditions, such as turbulence, weather updates, or updates about the estimated time of arrival. These updates help passengers stay informed and prepared. Pilots may also provide information about the in-flight service, such as meal options or availability, or any relevant updates regarding the flight's progress. These announcements aim to enhance the overall passenger experience. Number 8. Engaging in disruptive behavior. One of the key responsibilities of pilots is to ensure a safe and peaceful environment on board the aircraft. They are trained to handle situations where passengers may exhibit disruptive behavior, as it can pose risks to the well-being of everyone on board. Pilots maintain vigilance throughout the flight, monitoring the cabin and observing passengers for any signs of disruptive behavior. They work closely with the cabin crew to address any potential issues and maintain a calm and orderly atmosphere. Flight attendants are trained to handle various situations, including dealing with disruptive passengers. They are skilled in conflict resolution techniques and are empowered to take appropriate actions to ensure the safety and comfort of all passengers. If a passenger's behavior becomes disruptive, pilots may be alerted by the cabin crew and will take necessary steps to address the situation. They may communicate with air traffic control to request any required assistance, such as notifying ground authorities at the destination. Pilots are trained to approach disruptive passengers in a calm and professional manner. They may communicate with the individual, assess the situation, and try to resolve the issue through dialogue and de-escalation techniques. Number 9. Using laptops or tablets for personal activities. While passengers are often allowed to use laptops or tablets during flights for personal activities, pilots have specific guidelines and restrictions in place regarding the use of electronic devices in the cockpit. Pilots are aware of the importance of maintaining their focus and attention on operating the aircraft safely throughout the flight. As a result, they follow strict regulations regarding the use of laptops or tablets in the cockpit. Before the flight begins, pilots prioritize conducting thorough pre-flight checks and reviewing critical flight information. This includes reviewing flight plans, weather conditions, and any other pertinent data necessary for a safe and efficient journey. Once the aircraft is in motion, pilots' primary responsibility is to operate and monitor the flight instruments, communicate with air traffic control, and ensure the safety of the passengers and crew on board. These tasks require their full attention and concentration. Number 10. Engaging in disruptive behavior. One of the key responsibilities of pilots is to ensure a safe and peaceful environment on board the aircraft. They are trained to handle situations where passengers may exhibit disruptive behavior, as it can pose risks to the well-being of everyone on board. Pilots maintain vigilance throughout the flight, monitoring the cabin and observing passengers for any signs of disruptive behavior. They work closely with the cabin crew to address any potential issues and maintain a calm and orderly atmosphere. Flight attendants are trained to handle various situations, including dealing with disruptive passengers. They are skilled in conflict resolution techniques and are empowered to take appropriate actions to ensure the safety and comfort of all passengers. If a passenger's behavior becomes disruptive, pilots may be alerted by the cabin crew and will take necessary steps to address the situation. They may communicate with air traffic control to request any required assistance, such as notifying ground authorities at the destination. Pilots are trained to approach disruptive passengers in a calm and professional manner. They may communicate with the individual, assess the situation, and try to resolve the issue through dialogue and de-escalation techniques.